Hey everyone, welcome to the Checkered Chat. It may look like I'm sitting here playing Clash of Clans on my phone. I'm not. I forgot to charge my iPad, and nothing wants to make my phone stand up. Anyways, I'm Justin,
I'm Blake.
and we are here after the New Hampshire race weekend. Actually, ended up not being a super boring race.
Yeah.
Um, obviously the rain and all of that was interesting, threw some fun stuff in there for sure. It was funny when I turned the race on. It was probably like 8 laps in because we had like just got back from somewhere. I can't remember where, but I was like, Reddick won the pole. Where is he? And then they replayed the lap one caution, which we'll get into, of him spinning out. I'm like, oh, well, that's like pretty perfectly fitting for the way his season has gone.
Yeah.
For the past few weeks. But yeah, no, overall good weekend. We got some news this week. Not super heavy, but a lot of stuff. I feel like. Schedule came out. God, I long for the day where Atlanta has a Saturday night race again. Because
Yeah.
I really wish that would just happen again. Because that's like a Saturday night Atlanta race is just perfect, and it's also prime Chase Elliott time for that. Apparently, hey, my phone stood up. Let's go. I'm just gonna have to move it anytime I need a sip of water. So along with the schedule, San Diego is the naval base. Coronado is officially going to be returning next year, and then they're going to go to a different naval base in 2028.
Yeah, that is what it sounds like. So it is set to return in 27, and in that deal, they're going to race on a different base in 28. I'm fine with that because I think they listened and learned from Chicago not to keep milking something year over year until it doesn't work and it's not special anymore. Like Coronado could have been left as a one-off.
Yeah.
And it would have been perfect. One more, not mad at it. It was a great race other than Reddick literally
Team
giving
orders.
Reddick being like, yeah, you know what? Actually, I'm just gonna let Corey Heim win because I raced him too rough.
Yeah.
Like, grow a pair. But as long as they can keep building like good purpose built road course street circuit type deals on bases and actually have good racing, here for it. But the second that we go back to all 90-degree turns like Chicago, scrap it, burn it, move on, get rid of it.
I agree. Yeah, no, I'm glad to see that come back over Chicago.
Oh, 100%. That was my biggest takeaway from the full schedule being released is that I feel like listened to everybody of like, no, we do not want Chicago back. Maybe it was an issue of like money or getting it cleared with the city or whatever, but whatever made it not come back, thank you. Because ultimately it does feel like a win for the fans because I didn't really see or hear of really anybody that was like, yeah, we want the streets of Chicago back. Like, no, Chicagoland was a good race. We want Chicagoland back.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. I don't feel like I heard any of that at all. So the Truck Series gets a new title sponsor.
Allegedly.
It allegedly. You made it sound pretty official.
It's from the Athletic. Okay. So it might as well be, but like we will say allegedly until the news comes
allegedly
out.
FedEx is going to be sponsoring the Truck Series, so it'll be the FedEx Truck Series brought to you by FedEx. I don't know, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how they'll spin it, and then if there'll be some kind of
like a race the
like
truck thing all over again, like when UPS
yeah,
sponsored.
yeah.
Yeah.
Either that or some dumb quote like how Xfinity was like the car is as fast as Xfinity Mobile today or whatever. Like, remember all that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They'll
that.
just have to, when a truck goes off track and is completely destroyed, be like, and this is what your package looks like when it arrives at your front door
Yeah,
7 days late
yeah,
from FedEx. After we lost it
literally.
and it's in the
It's
facility
a
up by Six Flags to
yeah,
never be found again.
yeah. It's in it. We threw it in the creek
Yeah.
somewhere.
Our driver actually quit mid route, so
Yeah,
somebody stole all of your stuff.
yeah, and our truck.
Yeah.
So,
Couldn't sponsor any more Denny Hamlin, but we can do
do an
a
entire
full season
series.
of a series. Like,
Yeah, and I mean that it's. I guarantee you that's not gonna be a like just one season. Like
I
that's gonna
think
be
they
a
probably have to sign on for at least 2 or 3 to get the rights.
yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true.
I liked Craftsman.
Yeah, Craftsman was very fitting, and
And it was like, it felt like nostalgia coming back because it was Craftsman so long ago and then they brought it back. It's like how we
yeah,
all are like, well, when it was going from Xfinity to whatever, we were like, Bush, bring
yeah,
Bush back.
yeah,
Like, and
yeah. I
it's dead
mean,
and it's gone.
even
And I hate to
even if
hear
they
it.
brought back like nationwide, like
Yeah.
that's at least a little bit of the whole like nostalgia kind of thing. Um, but we did have speaking of lower series drivers, and everybody is going to be so shocked by this one. Austin Hill to Cup Racing next year. Congratulations. You only got that ride because the driver passed away.
I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
Like, you had Jesse Love. You let Jesse Love leave.
Mm-hmm.
You could have went and got Josh Berry. You could have
Oh,
went and got
yeah.
Noah Gragson. You
Yeah.
could have. I mean, at the end of the day, they talked, like, between Austin Dillon and Richard Childress, they talked Kyle Busch into going and racing for RCR. There's somebody else that I mean, for God's sake, just put Ty Dillon in the car. Like, and
Yeah.
anybody could and will run better than Austin Hill
Yeah.
in that car.
I mean, what was it I said when Daniel sent us the thing?
You said at least we'll never have to watch him win again.
Yeah. I
well,
mean,
asterisk on that because we don't know how the super speedways are going to race now. This
That's
might just be
true.
right up his alley.
That's so true.
I hope not.
I don't know.
Like a quick little flyby on the stats. He's done 30 races in the Cup Series, no poles, no top fives, no race wins, 2 laps led, and 1 top 10.
And do you know what track he got the top 10 on?
I can look because it was this year.
Oh, okay.
Part of me wants to say Coronado.
Yeah, that sound. No, it was not Coronado. He
Oh
wrecked out
yeah,
of
no, you're
Coronado.
right. You're right.
He went full kamikaze on SVG and Zillage.
Yeah, let me look because now I'm just curious.
Yeah, I am too. I guess I'll go ahead and finish out this one on RCR. Carson Brown and Chandler Smith are going to be driving the
Carson
21.
Brown's in the 2 and Chandler Smith's in the 21. So I will still not be rooting for the 21.
Yeah. No, I mean, sorry. Bring back the olden days of RCR.
I just think like how some people struggle to get a ride and they're good. I don't think it makes sense how Chandler Smith is just ping-ponged between, okay, he shows something in the truck series. Boom, we take him up to the Xfinity series. He doesn't show anything. Now he's back down.
Yeah.
Now he's back up. Now he's back down. Now he's
just
like he won a couple races. I'll give him that. He did win a couple races with Colleague.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I mean, call me a hater. Because honestly, I am. But like, what has he done?
Yeah.
He's not like, who's he wowed? Where's been the like,
Yeah. No, I totally get what you're saying. And then in other new drivers, Lee Pulliam is going to be full time in the O'Reilly Series in the 87 for Peterson Racing.
not like well, I was about to say I'm not like super shocked, but like on the other hand, I kind of am. Because
Yeah.
like I thought maybe if the stars aligned, he could end up at Junior Motorsports after he ran the race at Martinsville and almost won.
Yeah.
Um, but
I feel like Junior wants him to be there.
yeah, I think
Uh,
that almost just confirms that that's where Josh Berry's going to end up.
yeah. I mean, there's nowhere left for him to go, other than there, unless he just packs it up and heads home. Like,
And I don't see him doing that.
I don't think so either, especially he's on his fucking unemployment run right now, which is about to end because we're kind of done with our bread and butter for him and Ryan Preece. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I here's the thing that I just like how we talk some weeks about like moving billboards and like, oh, well, SVG is never going to get good at ovals and then he's starting to get better and they're like, well, it's because this and it's because that.
Uh-huh.
Like everybody's like, oh my, Josh Berry underperformed so much since he won that one race last year at Las Vegas. Okay. I mean, yeah, he won one race last year. Harrison Burton won one race at Daytona. I see the similarities. The difference, Josh Berry actually went out and won that race. That one kind of fell in Harrison Burton's lap
Yeah.
in true drafting
Yeah.
track fashion at Daytona. Also, you look at the recency bias, you look at this year, Josh Berry's had a terrible year.
Yeah. Last year.
But he's had a terrible year until Penske got their crap together.
Yeah.
And all of Penske started running good. And then now look at Josh Berry. He's outrunning Austin Cindric pretty much every week.
Yeah.
In the fourth car that isn't a Penske car, but is put together and set up in the Penske shop.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't like, what is it going to take to open somebody's eyes and be like, hey, Josh Berry's actually more talented than Austin Cindric?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
you had your 3-time champion of the sport, you're one of the greatest of the generation, greatest thing since sliced bread, lived in the condos above turn 4 at Atlanta, Mr. Joey Logano, not even going to make the chase this year until Penske started as a whole getting it together.
Yeah.
And then as soon as Joey Logano turns it on and makes it into the chase and actually starts winning races and running up front, who comes along with him? No, he hasn't won, but he's ran up front pretty much every week. Josh Berry.
There was a good shot of him winning this race. I mean, it looked like for a while.
He had the best car.
Yeah.
Like, even to the end, he had the best car.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, the dude was up there throwing shots at Bubba. I mean,
that was great.
That was awesome. But that's all we got on news for this week. You ready to get into the soon to be FedEx Ship It truck series or something?
Yeah. We're going to deliver you a race preview.
Yeah, deliver you what you looking for?
I don't know where I put my
Is that them?
Truck series time.
Woo!
All right.
Beep, beep.
So the truck series race this weekend at New Hampshire. If we're just gonna call it as it is, as a brief little preview, another dominating performance by one of your championship protagonists. But also at the same time, it was like a 50-50 split on the domination of the day. It was like Lane Riggs dominated like beginning and end, and Zilich dominated everything in the middle.
Yeah.
So we start in stage 1 on lap 1 with Riggs and Honeycutt starting on the front row, and that doesn't even matter because they wrecked before the leaders had even made it into turn 2 because everybody stacked up. Luke Baldwin spun towards the rear. Jake Garcia picked up damage, which was a not super ideal start to his day as one of the guys on the chase cut line bubble.
Yeah.
So lap 6 when we actually start the race and get it rolling, or so you would think. Once again, it's Riggs and Honeycutt leading the field to green, but Zilich dives in and gets past Honeycutt for second. Then lap 13. I have a caution for Landon Lewis, but not just for Landon Lewis, for John Hunter Nemechek going full kamikaze into the turn and taking out Landon Lewis. What a generational run John Hunter Nemechek was on this weekend of hitting everything but the pace cars in the races, it felt like.
Yeah.
Because, like, my brother in Christ, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Anywho. Oh, also, this is like the Dollar Tree 301, Dollar Tree weekend. There's a big Dollar Tree, like, start-finish line. And then you have the biggest clown and bozo out there in the Dollar Tree car 2 days in a row.
I mean, he ran a different number for
the 40th anniversary, which I saw that at first and I was like, that's strange. Then I thought back, 75 years of M&Ms and Mars. Kyle Busch ran the 75 in the All-Star race. Like, typically, when they change their numbers, it is in like a non-points paying race.
Yeah.
Like, Kevin Harvick brought back the 29 and ran it on a Ford.
Yeah.
In the All-Star race. Like, because I was looking through paint schemes again closer to race time to see if anybody else had put theirs up. And I was like, number 40, Toyota. What?
Yeah.
So we'll go, once again, lap 19. Riggs and Zilich this time are on the front row. Riggs clears for the lead. And up until lap 36, he led. That's when Zilich gets past him. Lap 37, Honeycutt has already fallen back to 9th. He was complaining big time about the handling of the truck. Lap 49, Zilich has almost a 2-second lead over Riggs, and then Bell, who started 17th, has moved all the way up to 5th, battling Tristan McKee, who, I'll just go ahead and say it and give you an overreaction. 2 races into his career, I think McDowell was cooking when he said that, like, he's going to be the one to take over, because, like, out of the gate, 2 races in, I feel like the kid has 2 top 10s. He's battled for top 5s in the 2 races, like, qualified really good this weekend. The week before at Richmond, maybe didn't qualify super great, but again, first time in a truck. I mean, he's 16. And I feel like he doesn't, for whatever reason, he hasn't came in with the same, like, Connor Zilich hype, the same Corey Heim hype.
Not
like,
at all.
he's coming in, like, under the radar, and I like that.
Yeah.
Lap 51, Honeycutt is still complaining about battling awful handling. He's fallen all the way back to 29th, 1 lap down. And then lap 55, stage 1 ends. Stage 1 is won by Connor Zilich, and then he's followed by Riggs, Hemrick, Smith, and Bell. And then also by Infinger finishing in 8th. He's clinched a chase spot, so he is good to go. Because this was the cutoff. The trucks are not going to Daytona for their cutoff. So stage 2, all lead lap trucks pit. Jake Garcia wins the race off pit road after taking 2 tires. And then on the restart, lap 64, Garcia and Riggs lead the field to green. Riggs clears, but then gets loose, slides up the track. So they continue to battle. Lap 74, Chandler Smith gets around Jake Garcia for the lead. Lap 75, Zilich gets past Riggs for 3rd off turn 4. And then lap 77, Spencer Boyd spins off turn 4 from 34th. So under that caution, Honeycutt gets the free pass. And then on your next restart, Smith and Garcia lead the field to green. And then by turn 3, Zilich is fighting with Chandler Smith for the lead. By lap 85, Zilich is cleared for the lead, and then he's never to be heard from again because lap 110, he wins stage 2, followed by Smith, Riggs, Bell, and Garcia. Then, once again, pit stop under the stage break. All the lead lap trucks pit, and then this time, your other playoff bubble driver, Stuart Friesen, takes 2 tires along with Michael Christopher Jr. They win the race off pit road at 1-2, and then Riggs comes off 3rd with a 4-tire stop. And Jake Garcia gets a penalty for pitting outside of his box. Pretty much the nail in the coffin for his chase run. So you would think, at least. So then lap 119 on the restart, Friesen and Christopher Jr. lead the field to green. Friesen clears for the lead. Lane Riggs and Tanner Gray go around Christopher Jr. to battle for second. Lane Riggs clears for second, and Gray slots into third. McKee also gets past Christopher Jr. for fourth, so he's already dropped back to fifth in a lap. Lap 120, Riggs regains control. He gets the lead, passing Friesen. And on the same lap, there's a caution for a multi-truck incident involving Nemechek, Hill, and Chris Wright. It's kind of sad that a Cup guy goes down and like puts on his best Chris Wright impression.
Yeah, literally.
And then gets involved in the same wreck. Lap 129, Riggs and Gray lead the field to green with Riggs clearing for the lead. And then on lap 131, there's a caution for Bell spinning from ninth in turn 2 after some contact with Chandler Smith, your newest RCR driver. Close enough. Welcome back, Austin Hill.
Yeah.
So lap 138, the chase bubble, as they run the chase bubble drivers, Friesen is in third and in the chase. Ankrum is 29th, 7 points back, and Garcia is 18th, 7 points back. Ankrum also has been dealing with like a rear brake issue. So early in the runs, it really hurts him, but like when everybody's trying to be aggressive on the brakes, get into the turn, like, and actually brake rather than let off early, like while tires are good. But like the later in the run doesn't really hurt him as bad because everybody's going slower.
Yeah.
And he's still kind of maintaining the speed. And then lap 170, Gavin Bushell crashes from ninth in turns 1 and 2. That's another young guy kind of getting his start. And then he just went on to, a little off topic, but went on in the ARCA race to continue his bad weekend. He was winning. He was going to win. And then Max Reeves dumped him for the win. And then on his Instagram story, basically just called Max Reeves a clown.
Wow.
So
fun.
Yeah, that's a rivalry that'll end up in the Truck Series because Gavin Bushell seems to actually have the talent to get there, and Max Reeves' dad has money.
Okay.
He's in Joe Gibbs equipment, so I'm sure he'll come up into Tricon at some point, and that'll be fun. They might even be teammates because Bushell runs for Tricon right now, so that'd be mighty interesting.
Yeah.
Lap 173, Hemrick, Rhodes, LaJoy, Infinger.
God, I forgot that LaJoy runs in trucks.
Yeah, full
like
time.
I just completely forgot about that.
And then I'm just gonna stop there, and a bunch of others all pit. And then Tyler Ankrum chooses not to pit and cycles from 23rd to 14th. So that was his Hail Mary because they were about to go into overtime of like, hey, I'm just gonna stay out and gain 9 positions, and then that's going to put me in the chase, and then I'm just going to defend and hope I can make it.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, you might as well.
Yeah, because if you pit, you're screwed because you're not, like, with the issues he had, he wasn't going to make up any spots on the restart.
Yeah.
So on the first overtime restart, because spoiler alert, there's more than one, Lane Riggs and Gio Ruggiero lead the field to green, and then Gio, he's like, hey, this is my shot to win. I'm just going to drive off into the turn and try to clear Lane Riggs. And he gets loose, spins, somehow doesn't take out Riggs, but does take out Connor Mozak, Dawson Sutton, and Andres Perez. So then on the second overtime, you have Lane Riggs and Chandler Smith. Lane Riggs clears for the lead in turn 1. And then Smith and Honeycutt are battling for second, which, crazy because Honeycutt was 29th, 1 lap down at the end of stage 1, like, literally couldn't even maintain pace, but here he is back up front. Smith is able to end up clearing for the spot. Honeycutt dives under Chandler Smith again in turn 3, but can't complete the pass. So your winner of the race is Lane Riggs over Chandler Smith. And then by finishing 15th, Ankrum clinches the final chase spot, 7 points over Stuart Friesen. And it was very interesting post-race interview with him because that's the most mad I've ever seen somebody in an interview after clinching into the chase.
Yeah.
But I mean, also let's face it, this isn't the playoffs where he could just go out and win and lock himself into another round. I think he pretty much knows he made it in by the skin of his teeth, and that's about all she wrote.
Yeah.
So to finish your top 10, Caden Honeycutt finished 3rd, Stuart Friesen in 4th, Connor Zillage 5th, Tristan McKee 6th, Christopher Bell 7th, Hemrick in 8th, Justin Haley in 9th, and then Parker Eatman in 10th. So overall, not too shabby of a race, but I think just as soon as Honeycutt kind of opened the door of like, hey, I could compete for the championship, Riggs was like, yeah, hold my beer. I'm gonna go on and win another one.
So on to the Cup race. Okay. Hocevar spinning out in the pace laps.
Yeah.
Larson got on DBC and said,
about this.
I just saw the quote. I haven't seen the clip, but he said that he just did that to get on TV. I am sorry, but when you're driving a pink race car,
you're already on TV.
Your name is Carson Hocevar, you're already on TV.
Yeah.
It looked like it was pouring down rain still.
Yeah, like, because for transparency here, they were starting the race on wet weather tires. The wet weather tires are not meant on an oval to run in the rain. They are meant to run on a wet track.
Yeah.
All Hocevar is doing there, along with others, are running really high or really low and testing the grip.
Yeah.
He spins. I mean, God forbid, because I would think, as a race car driver, I'm probably not spinning out on purpose under the pace laps.
I mean, first off, embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, but
like, how rent-free does this guy live in your head?
Yeah. Like, I honestly, of all the people to make a comment about it, Larson, with the season you've had, are you serious?
Also, too, what a weird driver of like, we're going to put Larson on door bumper clear.
Yeah. No, I mean, like,
mind you, I can't stand this guy, so maybe that weighs into it a little bit. But
it is funny because there's been, I mean, it's been a while since they've said or that they started this, but there's like a new nickname for him, Hung Money, because he keeps tripping over his own dick.
Yeah. I like Midlife Money.
Midlife Money is really funny.
Shout out to Daniel.
Yeah, that was a good one, Daniel. Not gonna lie to you. But anyways,
I'll throw a new one out there. How about just Mid Money?
Mid Money.
That can be ours.
Mid sense.
Just mid. Just
mid.
Because I mean, yeah, he's kind of like points wise saved himself a little bit.
But the thing that's crazy is,
like,
is he locked in? Is he locked in at this point? No. You know who is locked in, and it's going to be wild for me to bring this up and say this driver. Joey Logano is locked in, who, if you went back just 6 weeks ago, was outside of the chase.
Yeah.
You have been in the chase, points wise,
all year.
And you're not locked in at this point. You're still on the not locked in side with Bubba Wallace, Austin Cindric,
all of the drivers that like the so-called best driver in the sport, best driver in the world, like shouldn't be in the same category as.
Yeah. Like 100%.
Like,
so,
yes, is Chevy having a down year? Is Hendrick having a down year? Absolutely. However, the same guy that intentionally spun his car out, in your words, is also not locked in with you.
Yeah.
Like,
so, yeah. Anyways, we'll leave it at that, and we'll actually get into the race.
I mean, he's gonna make it. Like,
yeah, no, I mean,
he's on the edge of, like, this is also just, we are hating on the guy, but like, there is really like pretty much no mathematical sense in which he's not gonna make it.
Yeah, like that. I'm not saying he's not gonna make the chase. I'm just saying it's wild that we are coming up on the air quotes, because it doesn't exist anymore, regular season finale.
Which, apparently they are doing regular season champions. It doesn't mean anything in the sense of, like, in the playoffs, it gave you the bonus points, because Denny did lock that up, but
Yeah.
I mean,
But
the
we're
thing
coming
is,
up on that, and he's not locked in.
and we're going to his worst style of track
Yeah.
where he's probably not going to finish.
If we're
And
going to be 100% honest, I mean,
who knows? Maybe with this rules package that they're introducing,
watch,
maybe he'll actually be good at it.
we're gonna eat our words. He's gonna win this race.
He's not going to win this race.
I know he's not, but I'm just saying it'd be funny.
I feel so very confident saying that he will not win this race.
Yeah, I agree. So on lap 1, you have a caution. Basically, Reddick leads the field to green on the outside, Barry on the inside. Barry gets a good jump and initially clears for the lead, but runs high in turn 2, allowing Reddick to take the lead and Byron to move in second. But then off of turn 4, Reddick spins, and Denny, did he make contact? I couldn't tell.
I don't think he did, but
he probably came within inches of making contact.
Same
but
with
full
Busher.
stop. Yeah.
I mean, the car isn't going to stop in the same amount of in the same distance with rain being a factor.
Yes. Yeah. But I mean, the fact of that.
Yeah.
Both of those cars, Hamlin and Busher, were able to not hit Reddick, because we saw later on a car wreck and then get hit again. But
and if anybody was going to be the one to hit him, it definitely was going to be the guy that ended up hitting him.
Yeah, we'll get there where it ends up looking like the car's throwing up out of the hood.
So do we think that Tyler Reddick spun intentionally to make it on TV? Interesting point, right? Because it looked like the same thing.
Yeah.
No, the racetrack is wet and there's not that much traction.
Yeah.
And they're figuring it out still.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we haven't raced with these wet weather tires enough to really know how it's going to do.
Especially on an oval.
Yes.
Here's the other thing. I love it. I love that we have wet weather tires, and especially on a track that is flat and that is not super high speed, that we're like, screw it, throw the wet weathers on and let's start the race.
Let's not move this race to Monday.
However, do not continue to put the teams on a leash and hold them back. When the track starts drying, if they have the balls to go down pit road and put slicks on, let them. That is the one aspect we are missing, because
we need where it'll be live pit stops and it's choice of whatever driver.
Live pit stops is interesting. I think that if we're going to start the race on wet weather tires, allow a few extra pace laps to dry pit road so we can have them, because if pit road is wet like it was, I understand why we're not doing live pit stops, and I'm okay with that for everybody's safety, because we already see people get hit in perfect conditions, or dragged down pit road by the air hose, which we saw in this race. But the big factor that makes it so fun to watch and so appealing in F1, in other forms of motorsports like IndyCar and so on and so, well, I believe IndyCar, I'm not sure, but I know F1, you have the choice. That track can have just the slightest bit of water on it, and if you think that you can survive on slicks and not pit and have a close enough gap that when everybody else goes and gets off of their wet tires and goes to slicks that you can pass them, they'll let you.
Yeah.
Okay, the track is starting to dry up enough that you think you can make up time and survive in other parts on slicks rather than the inters or the wets in F1. You can do that. So if we just dry pit road before the race starts and allow that to be an option, I am here for it, because what it ended up being, and I know I'm kind of jumping ahead on this, but one lane dried out, and then NASCAR was like, well, everybody's eating their tires up, and this is a one groove like train ride around the track. Like, let's just go ahead and let them put slicks on, while the rest of the track is still wet. So why are we not letting them just make the call?
Yeah.
Because if you're SVG, if you're Zillage, and you're good out there on wet weather tires, and you can make them last the way that SVG would run left sides in the wet, but right sides in the dry, or vice versa, every couple of laps, and alternate and keep temperature low in the tires and be able to outrun everybody, you're going to stay out on wets until you cannot anymore.
Yeah.
But if you're somebody who is overheating their wets and just throwing chunks of rubber off because you can only run good in the dry line, come put slicks on because you're already running a dry line.
Yeah.
Let it happen.
Yeah.
Like, that would be a lot better racing product to me.
I agree.
Because we praise Richmond for the tire fall off and the speed differential and how fun that is to watch. While it wouldn't exactly be the same thing, we would have a large differential in speeds because of the two separate tires, and a dry line or two dry lines or whatever. Like, it would be a very similar situation that I think that the drivers would probably enjoy, as long as it was, safe to make the live pit stops. But I think also the fans would enjoy, because you'd be like, well, look, SVG has a 7-second lead, or SVG and Zillage are 7 seconds over third. Like, they're out there running on wets. Oh, well, now they come down and get slicks, and look at all the time they're eating up into them. So
so lap 7 on the restart, Byron leads from the outside, SVG on the inside. William Byron clears for the lead off turn 2, and Barry and SVG run side by side for second. Lap 10, Christopher Bell has now entered the mix and is passing SVG for second. By lap 17, Byron has a second and a half lead. Lap 22, this brings out no caution, which I thought was pretty cool, because NASCAR wasn't like caution trigger happy. John Hunter Nemechek spins in turn 4, but just full 360, just keeps going straight. And I was like, I think I was watching and I was like, oh my God, they're going to throw the caution. I'm like, wait, they didn't throw the caution. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, that was awesome. Lap 40, we go back to slicks. So we have competition and cautions. Everybody coming down pit road. We change. Then lap 50 on the restart, SVG leads from the outside. Barry on the inside. SVG gets a push and clears for the lead as Byron slots into second. Lap 53, you have caution for Stenhouse spinning and just putting the back end into the wall. Just was what it was.
Not really like super eventful.
Yeah, just a caution.
Just Spinhouse being Spinhouse.
Yeah. Man, I haven't used that one in a while.
No.
That's a good
Had to
one.
bring it back.
Yeah. Lap SVG. Lap 57, SVG begins to fade and Larson passes. Larson ends up extending his lead to a second and a half by lap 61 and wins stage 1 on lap 70.
Yippee! Woo!
Woo! You won something. Finally. Lap 79, Priest leads the restart, and then lap 84, we have a caution for Hocevar spinning on the front stretch from 12th after contact with Zillage, and Logano and Austin Dillon spin, trying to avoid this.
Where do you lie on who the blame is on in this wreck? I've watched the replay enough that I feel like I now can appropriately.
I mean, I kind of just feel like it was. I mean, unfortunately, I love the guy, but I feel like it was kind of on Hocevar a little bit.
I think it was 110% on Hocevar.
Yeah,
because it was hard racing coming off the corner, but they didn't really make enough contact that he like ping ponged off of Zillage and then the wall and then back down. It was like he was just watching his camera, like the mirror, and then he felt that he got doored, and he went down to like get him off of him and like show his displeasure, and spun himself in the making.
Yeah.
Now I will say, a lot of people have put the blame on him and then been like, he needs to calm down. No,
No,
no.
no, not
Like,
that.
let's not neuter the guy. Let's not, like, we all remember how good Ross Chastain was when he was pissing everybody off and when he was edgy. And then he got
I wish we could bring
neutered.
that back. I miss
He
those
got
days.
he got his balls cut off
Yeah.
by Chevy.
Mm-hmm.
And now look at him. I mean, yes, the car is nowhere near as good as it used to be now for Trackhouse, but even when the car really was still good, he wasn't doing anything because I think he knew at the end of the day that Chevy had him on thin ice because, I mean, God forbid that him and Larson got into it
Yeah.
at Darlington.
Yeah.
Like,
so lap 92, Barry gets in the lead, and then there's a bunch of pitting, and I just put pitting galore because Blake made a comment last week about how many times I've had pitting stuff in there.
On lap 71, this guy pits, and this guy pits.
You had the option to skip over it. You could have.
I ended up.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
because it was like a novel.
Of
notes.
pitting. It really was. I do apologize for that, but
I just had to annotate it and cut out all the fluff. It was like watching anime and skipping all of the filler episodes and just hitting the high points, you know?
So where are we?
Lap
148. Blaney takes the lead from Barry by lap 166. He's got a 2.5 lead, and Blaney wins stage 2. On the restart of lap 195, you have Barry and Bubba who are on the front row, and Barry clears for the lead over Bubba. Lap 222, Josh Berry bumps Bubba Wallace in turn 3, and Bubba washes high and goes up the track, allowing Barry to take the lead.
And then literally the next turn, Barry runs the wet weather line trying to get away.
Yeah, no, I mean, the Barry versus Bubba was great. Like, I loved that. I thought that was awesome.
And also, like, the awareness Barry in the post race had to be like, look, I raced people harder than I wanted to. I did stuff I wouldn't have normally done, but like, I don't normally do that. B, I think everybody understands my situation. And like, I mean, that's completely fair, valid, warranted. Like, he's a very clean racer. He is a short track racer, so he'll use the bumpers when need be and whatnot. But like, dude's out here just running in a car that is no longer his by the end of the year, trying to prove himself and maybe get something lined up for next year. So, I mean, if he was to win this, like, that would open people's eyes. So he kind of has to do what he has to do. And like, if you have a problem with it, like, oh well.
Respect.
And if
honestly,
somebody was going to have a problem with it, I felt like it probably would have been Bubba, but
also Bubba needs a haircut. Real bad. Real bad. His hair is sticking out the side of the hat, and it's not looking good.
Fashion police over here.
He just, every time I see him, I'm like, good Lord, go to the barber. Come on. Anyway, so lap 225, we have a caution. Riley Herbst crashes in turns 3 and 4 after contact with Michael McDowell, and then absolutely gets obliterated by Zilich.
I mean, Zilich he was in the point of like, damned if you do, damned if you don't, because his brakes were locked up. So like, if he lets off, he's not stopping. But if he doesn't let off, he's going to slide into him. And he did all he could. He did put his own car in the wall trying to avoid him.
That's true.
But he knocked the radiator and the oil cooler and everything else off the front of Herbst's car. It's like a chocolate fondue geyser.
Literally, it looked like the car had about bad Taco Bell mixed with about 5 too many Busch Lights and was trying to hold it in, and
just an average race day in the South.
You know, checks out. Let's see here. We're on lap 232 with a restart. Blaney leads from the outside, Byron on the inside. Blaney clears for the lead in turn 1. Bubba and Byron and Briscoe all battle 3 wide for second before Byron and Briscoe pull ahead, and Briscoe takes second in turn 3. Now, lap 233. Byron loses a left rear tire and crashes in turn 3 while running 4th.
I would like to know how, because it had been 19, almost 20 laps since that tire was put on. and he never had an issue with it when they were running green flag before. But then coming to the green, he was like, something feels off.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if I'm him, I'm also not coming down pit road from fourth late in the race. Like
Yeah.
whatever it is, it's gonna be.
And then
But like,
whatever that was put him into the wall, and then his tire flying down the track at Mach Jesus.
yeah, I mean, I'm very glad that after the tire at a decent rate of speed came back and hit the car, it didn't like jump the fence. Like
Yeah,
nobody hit it.
something crazy.
Like everybody did good to avoid it. The caution came out. Like it was a dangerous situation because like the wheel could end up in the grandstands.
Yeah.
But how after like almost 20 laps of racing does the wheel just decide,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna head out?
Yeah,
Like,
literally. I had that same exact thought. So lap 297, Bubba ends up locking up his wheels, and this basically cost him the race. Like he couldn't get up past Blaney after this.
I would almost argue, and I'm just going to sound like I'm on a generational hate run, but that just cost him the chance to even get close. I wouldn't even say a chance to win or like cost him the race, because I don't think he should. Like, I think in the later laps, he showed that he was good enough to split them with the track position, them being Blaney and Barry.
Yeah.
But like Barry and Blaney were probably the two best cars all day.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And Ryan Blaney wins. Your top 10 was Blaney, Bubba Wallace, Josh Berry, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, Ty Gibbs, Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, Ryan Preece, and Noah Gragson.
Whatever, and I mean whatever they did with this car, whatever the setup was, however you collaborated as a team and got him there, you have like there is a uptick in like the vitals, like you know, he's coming out of his coma. Like there are signs of life. He is not a bad race car driver. I will die on that hill if I'm the last person to sit here and defend Gragson.
Yeah.
Like dude can drive. We saw it in the O'Reilly series, and he's been a victim of circumstances his whole Cup career.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he, like, I'm on one hand, I wanted to see Front Row let him go and him get another opportunity, but the more that I think about it, if he can be given stability and the chance to grow, that is the best opportunity for him to extract anything from the car and to prove himself.
Yeah, I agree, because he hasn't, his entire Cup career, he's had no stability.
Yeah. So if he finds a home for 3 or 4 years at Front Row, and I don't think it would be that wild to see him next year as figuring it out goes and getting a good playbook and everything down. I wouldn't be shocked if he is the guy at Front Row.
Yeah.
Like if he is to show more speed week in, week out than Zane Smith and then Todd Gilliland. So if he has a home for 3, maybe 4 more years at Front Row, maybe wins a race or two, shows a lot of speed, makes the chase once, maybe twice, something like that, and then gets a better opportunity. I think that's the point of his career that he's at, is like, I need to make the most of this contract that I've now been given and the stability to stay in the 4 car with the same people.
Yeah.
And make the most of it and see what you can do to kind of like revive your career as a whole.
Yeah. No,
and I'd
I
love
agree.
to see it, because the same way that we all praise like Hocevar's personality and what he can bring, like when Gragson is out there having fun and running good, he is one of the best personalities that the sport could have.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think if he could run good, he would rival personality wise with Hocevar.
I also, not trying to like manifest another rivalry or something, but like a Gragson and Hocevar rivalry would be outstanding.
Yeah, it would be. That'd be awesome. I'd love that. But you ready to get on to next week's race, or is there anything else you want to bring up for this week's?
No, we'll go ahead and move on to Daytona.
Yeah.
And I will say, I am intrigued. I am interested. I am all in on what in the world this is going to look like
I agree.
because I have said I like Denny the podcaster. And I really don't think that he's just trying to boost ratings and hype and everything. Like, I think that he is the kind of guy that he's not going to oversell something if he doesn't, think
Yeah.
it to be. And with him talking, like the clip I saw of him talking about, like looking at the data and how everything's going to be, how wild that this could end up being, because I think if they hit the nail on the head right, it's going to be cars kind of on the edge of control. It's going to be old school drafting track racing. It's going to be Atlanta, but on a bigger scale at
Yeah.
Talladega and Daytona.
Yeah. No, I'm pumped about it. I'm excited.
Yeah.
You want to hit them with those past next gen winners?
Yeah. So in 2022, your 500 winner was Austin Cindric, and your summer winner was Ryan Blaney. 23, Ricky Stenhouse won the 500, and Buescher won the summer race. 24, Byron won the 500, and Harrison Burton won the summer race. 25, Byron won the 500 again, and Blaney won the summer race. And then this year, while Chase Elliott was getting destroyed and hit from every angle, Tyler Reddick won the Daytona 500. Yay.
Yep. So paint schemes for this week.
Yes.
Let's hit them with the least favorites first.
All right.
I'll go first. My least favorite is none other than Joey Gacy's LED Pros. I just don't like this car. I saw it and just immediately was like, ew, this is gross.
Yeah.
Go ahead and continue your generational hate run by telling us your least favorite.
It's Joey Logano's Auto Trader car.
Yeah.
The Auto Trader car used to look so good,
Mm-hmm.
and it just doesn't anymore. It lost all life and pizzazz.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even like Brad Keselowski, or obviously Joey Logano, but like the Gen 6 Auto Trader cars like actually looked good. The early Gen 7 ones, they weren't bad. The longer we've got with the Gen 7, the worse the Auto Trader schemes have got.
Yeah. Yeah.
I picked this before Joey Gase's car was put up.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm just going to stand on it.
Yeah. Fine by that. Fine by that. My favorite for this week.
This is going to shock everyone.
This is going to shock everyone because I pick it every time it's run. The Grillo's Hot Pickle Todd Gilliland car. This car is peak. I love this car so much. It's just a clean car. I love Grillo's pickles. I love spicy pickles. Yeah. That's my pick.
Yeah. My favorite is Ross Chastain's Wendy's Watermelon Lemonade car.
It's about time
we get a freaking watermelon car.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Wendy said, if Busch ain't going to do it, we will. So,
Busch needs to do it.
Yes.
I would like to see what Busch Light watermelon would taste like and look like on a race car.
Probably would taste really good.
Honestly, yeah. But I think if I had to give you like a 1 through 3, I think we have between us of my top 3, we picked 2 of them. But I would say that the Aaron's Dream Machine would be number 2.
Yeah.
I would go Watermelon Lemonade, Aaron's Dream Machine, Grillo's Hot Pickles.
I'm probably the same thing, but with
reverse.
Yeah, reverse.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I do like the Ross Chastain's car, and especially, him being a watermelon farmer and being a watermelon car.
I always love the Watermelon Man, if you will, schemes that he runs in the lower series.
Yeah. And I think we need more of that. Like, when you have a driver who has, like, a specific thing like that just makes too much sense for him to have that.
Right.
You ready to go on the picks?
Yep.
Cool.
Yours should absolutely shock nobody.
Yeah, no, I mean, for O'Reilly's, I went with Austin Hill. I think this is arguably maybe one of the last chances we have to see him win ever. I don't know.
I don't see it happening with how irrelevant they've
No,
looked on
I
drafting
mean,
tracks this year.
I don't think so. I really don't think he'll win, but I just went with him. Anyways, go ahead with yours.
I went with Parker Retzloff.
He's due.
He is, and I mean, this is a track where, like we always say, going to Daytona, Talladega, Atlanta, all the drafting tracks, anybody could win.
Yeah.
Why not Parker Retzloff?
Very true.
I almost wanted to, because I am losing and just for fun, just be like, Brennan Poole's going to win.
Yeah.
But
go crazy with it.
Parker Retzloff. That is where I landed.
Yeah. Do I have the picks locked up yet?
No. Definitely not.
I know
locked
I don't.
Up.
Not locked up, but
you haven't clinched yet.
Haven't clinched it.
And you're definitely not with your net.
No, I'm not.
Either.
But I'm just throwing it into the wind. Just this one I actually want to see, and I actually do think that this could happen.
I think there's a chance, but I also just wonder if we get away from the style drafting like races that we've had in the Gen 7 and get old school. Like, will this guy still have that edge?
Yeah. I went with Austin Cindric. We're gonna see.
We
gonna see.
We will see. We will definitely see.
Go ahead with yours, because yours is. I get why you picked this.
Why did I pick this?
Because if this new setup leans more towards the older super speedways, he was good at older super speedways. So
Brad Keselowski.
Yeah.
And
you wore your shirt to
I did
match it.
I did.
The only Brad shirt you have. Right?
The Castro colors are just too good.
Yeah.
It's a good looking shirt.
Yeah.
But also, even if it's not straight Gen 6 drafting style, like where he shined,
he still has.
He's due. The amount of heartbreaking P2 finishes that this man has had at drafting track races in the Gen 7.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently I'm going with the risky parlays this week.
Yeah.
They're due. They gotta hit.
They gotta do it. Yeah. 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 That's. I mean, I knew it. I knew.
Won't make the chase.
Yeah. No. Like I
don't think.
If he did, it'd be a scrape by the skin of his teeth.
Let's see. I mean, he's
how many points out?
6.
There's a shot, but I mean, he would have to have a almost absolutely perfect day, and everyone else have like absolute dog shit days.
I mean, he would have to win one stage and the race, and hope that SVG or Cindric wrecks out on like lap 1 or early, or is at least just the first car to wreck out and doesn't get any stage points or anything.
Yeah, no.
I mean, there's a chance. However,
it's like a Hail Mary, but the football field is 2 football fields.
Yeah, I mean, you're only like, he is 18th, but to me, the only 3 that I see any movement in would be Cindric, SVG, and Priest. You're 15, 16, 17.
Yeah. I just hope Priest can keep it on the ground.
Yeah.
Especially with this new package, because if he goes in the air, he's going to the moon.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But like, I'm very intrigued by how tight some of the people are, like from a few different like seeds in the chase.
Mm-hmm.
So like, Denny's locked up with the 1. I would arguably say Blaney's locked up with the 2, and your 3 and 4 between Gibbs and Reddick is kind of up in the air.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, and 8 are all within 31 points.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Bell has a bad day. Elliott has a good day. Elliott could go from 8th to 5th. Like, Larson's 7th. He could climb. He could fall. Like, there's a lot of fluctuation to be had because, I mean, it's Bell, Briscoe, Larson, and Elliott.
Yeah.
So 2 of those people are not known as super speedway people and don't have good luck when it comes to it. And the other 2 have luck, have won, are not bad at it.
Yeah.
So that being Chase, both Chases are on the good side, and then Bell and Larson are on the bad side. So like
Yeah.
there is some wiggle room there. And then like Byron, he's basically in. Like I don't see him losing over 100 points.
Yeah.
But I mean, how can he fall even farther from 12th?
Yeah.
Is Hocevar going to have a generational run and climb back into the top 10? Like, where's Logano going to end up? Because, I mean, I picked Brad off of, if this goes old school, but like, if this goes old school, I mean, we're looking at Joey too. Like,
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but.
Yeah. No, 100%. Anything else for this week? Or are we ready to head into this regular season finale?
I am ready to see what in the world happens with it.
I'm right there with you.
So hopefully we have a lot of good stuff, a lot of fun stuff, and a good race to recap for you next week.
Yeah, I think it will be. I think it's going to be a absolute heater. But anyways, guys, this has been, I'm Justin.
Yeah, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm Blake.
This has been the Checker Chat. Thank you guys for listening. You guys can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, and you can't forget about it, Audible. We will see you guys next week. Bye.